This 24 square feet corner is all I use to film and edit my videos. I've been creating content for over a decade now, and if there's something I always wish I had more of, it's space. In my earlier days of filmmaking and making YouTube videos, I used to film in my own room. I either still lived at home or I lived in the dorms where I have my own room or I shared it, even when I moved into my first apartment in college. But for the last 4 years, I've been living in Los Angeles with my wife in a small apartment, and there is no way this setup can fit inside of our bedroom. I basically ended up creating my little office in between the kitchen and the living room. It's not a lot, but it's what I have. So in this video, I am going to show you how I maximize this area of actually 24 square feet to a creative hub to film and edit all my videos on a very small budget. Let's talk about this setup. The ways I could potentially change up where the desk is, where the chair is. I used to actually have this desk facing the wall. There's little to no natural sun in this apartment, and that is definitely the biggest challenge about living here. We've been here for over 4 years now. I'm currently fostering a cat, a little kitty. Look how cute she is. Hi. Do love this one. She's so cute. First thing is organization. The rule I have for myself is to only have the gear that I actually use visible. I'm talking about the gear you normally would use for your own production or daily life. My sister-in-law gave me this roller cart. It's my color, it's on wheels, it's made out of metal. I love it. There are 3 levels. The first level is my primary level, so that is all the gear I typically will use. My camera, my lenses, my microphone, my other microphone, my filters, and my cleaning kits. And then also this sun lamp, because I use that for all my videos now. The secondary shelf is where I have the tools that I still use, but I don't use it every time I shoot. So that will be my gimbal, a couple of lights, batteries, a selfie pod. What is this called? It's like a mini handheld tripod. And then the last shelf does not matter, but it's just basically all gear, a flash, and some random stuff. Having a system like this makes everything pretty easy for me, because every time I need something, I just go to the first shelf and all of my stuff is there. Because I don't have a lot of space, I did a lot of research on the best suited table for my situation. The bottom shelf works great to sort of display some of the items I have, and that is right now only books. I am not a reader. And then the top part, which is this hidden compartment, was huge to me because I wanted something where I could store all of my small random things, but I didn't want it visible. The final thing about this that I really like is the charging solution. I can plug my cords into this desk, which is how I charge all my batteries, and also the neon side. Now let's talk about cleaning the space. To me, if I have a messy desk, it's very hard for me to concentrate. Sometimes you get invited to things last minute. Sometimes you think of ideas last minute, and if you have a messy space, you have to spend time cleaning that up every time. Let's move on to probably my favorite part of this video, and that is to add design elements to your space. Adding design elements is very important to me because, one, they just make me happy, and you want to be around things that make you happy, like this kitten, for example. One thing that I think separates amateurs from professional YouTubers or, videographers is actually that, what they have in frame. So an amateur would have like a plain white background, one light source, and like that's it, versus a professional would have practical lights, some colors, maybe a picture, like you need to have stuff that is not just white or black. Like that is so boring. I just think life should be a bit more fun. Probably the most important thing when it comes to making your videos in your office look better is practical lights. And practical lights, it's basically just the lights you actually see in frame. So it's not the light that necessarily lights you up, the key light. This is a practical light, this sun lamp. I love it. I think before it just looked kind of flat and boring. My neon sign that I don't really love, but it's there. It adds something, I think. Okay, so if this was in the frame, it would be a practical light. If it was not in frame, it would just be a light source. find lamps in your own style, buy them, add them to your frame, and I'll promise you they will look so much better. I also have this corner floor lamp that is a smart lamp, meaning I can use an app to control the color, the temperature, the intensity. I tested it out in many of my videos, but it just did not look as cool as I thought. I think it is due to the space. I just stopped using it, but I am still happy that I have it. The next thing I want to talk about is wall decor. As you see, I have a lot of things on my wall, and that is mainly because I shoot this way, so you will see the wall in all my videos. Can you just imagine without this, the video would look white and boring. Basically what I have here are film photos. This is a map of the world that I bought like 15 years ago, and every time you travel to a country, you're supposed to scratch it off, but it's so old that like it's kind of like fucked up. I have tried to find a replacement for this. Love traveling, I love the world, and I want to remind myself about what's out there and the places I've been and the places I want to go. Lastly, I want to talk about how you can enhance the experience of actually working from home, working in the office. I am all about comfort and making it feel like a lovely place to be. Lighting a candle or an incense really helps me kind of just calm down. Seeing the fire going, I don't know, it's something about it that's just very like comforting, I think. Unfortunately, I stress a lot, I overthink a lot. It helps me work, it helps me focus. It just makes the space much nicer to work in. And if you want to be a YouTuber, if you work from home, you obviously want it to be a nice space to be in and a nice experience. I think that regardless of the situation you're in, you need to sort of think outside the box and make the best out of it. Things you can do if you don't have that much money. I literally found so many things on the street, not like in this office, but like our TV stand, our table, like all of that was, we didn't buy it. We were gifted it or we found it. Don't let that stop you from creating videos. If you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to make videos, like fucking do it, regardless of how pretty it looks. I think it depends on how badly you want it. If you really want it, you will find a way to make it work. You will find a way to make it as pretty as it can be with what you have. And just know that the situation you're in, it's not gonna be like that forever. We all start somewhere, but the most important part is just that we start. I don't think I made a video like this ever or in a very long time, but I film a lot in this tiny little corner and I spend a lot of time editing here, so I figured I might as well talk about how I do it and how I'm still able to make or produce, I think, beautiful videos, and I hope this inspires you to do it too. I'll see you guys in the next one.